Hello, everyone. Welcome back to, I don't know why I always start everything like this every time.
No.
To CCT, the first 5 years.
Hello, I'm Gail Becker.
And I am Andrew Abrams. We are the founders of Capital City Theater, Madison's professional musical theater and conservatory company. And we just started this new program because we're all stuck at home.
Yeah.
And since we can't, we would actually be between weekends of our show, Ain't Misbehaving right now.
That's
but
true.
Obviously that's not happening. Although we will be mounting it again in September.
Exciting.
More
So
on
we're thinking,
soon.
I was thinking to myself,
Yeah.
the first 5 years of CCT, let's revisit some of the shows and let's reach out to some of our artists and see how they're doing. And so we're going to reach out to some of the local people that we have had on a stage with us and other people as well that are from where, Andy? Where we got other people.
We got people from New York, from Chicago, from DC, from Florida, from California, and a lot of people from here. And in fact, speaking of from here, our two guests today are from here.
What show are we highlighting?
And then we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Admit.
What show are we highlighting?
What's that?
What show are we highlighting?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, welcome.
Hi.
So we are highlighting the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, which we put up at Overture in the fall of 2017. So
I love that show.
Years now, I can't believe it.
God, it's so funny.
And we have with us today Lisa Spierer and Patrick Fernan. Lisa played Rona, and Patrick played
Principal Panch.
Vice Principal Panch, the one who says all.
They won't let him be principal.
That's right. They don't let him be. Now, I've known Patrick since the days of vigorous tunes.
7 years, I think.
Patrick and I met doing Annie.
Right.
In Stoughton. So I feel like I've known, that was 2010, dude.
That's when I met Lisa, too.
Yeah, that's 2011. All were at the same time.
I won't say how long I've known Patrick because it's way longer than that.
I know. I'm way older than Andy, though, so he's got
Lisa,
that.
Yeah, way older. I was 6. Anyway, so we wanted to check in with everybody and see how they're keeping busy during this time and what you're finding fun, that's diverting you, or that's challenging, that's not diverting you. Lisa, tell us what you up to?
Well, I am hanging out with some friends. We've created sort of a merged household, and my daughter is here with me, who is going to turn 8 in 2 weeks.
No.
And actually that's funny for Gail and Patrick because she was conceived while we were all doing Annie.
Right.
And
not by all of us, just doing
I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. No one in this chat was involved in the conception except me. But one of my favorite, forgive me, one of my favorite memories from Annie, shout out Stoughton Village Players, is that when I realized I was pregnant, the only person I told was Gail. And later on, I ran into somebody who'd been doing the costumes, and I mentioned that I'd had a baby, and she said, "Really? We were trying to figure out why your costumes kept getting tighter during the run."
Of course, they weren't going to say anything to you.
Right. Who wants to get
Don't say anything.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Space is filling out.
So now you're home and working from home. And
working from home, and the other 2 kids are also in grade school, so we've been sort of group parenting / homeschooling, which is insane. You know, your average 7, 8, 10-year-old not great at structuring themselves.
It's like me on the weekends.
Oh no, it's way worse. I can sit down in front of a television and trust that you're not going to pick nasty things to watch. Them not so much.
I trust Andy for that, though.
Yeah. Now, Patrick, you have a pretty unique situation as well going on with your quarantine. What's going on with you?
Well, I'm working from home, and I'm here with my 2 kids, are freshman and sophomore in high school, and my daughter, actually, when she was 6, was in Annie with me and Lisa. And so now she's 15, and so that's interesting.
Oh my gosh.
But I also direct the theater at McFarland High School, and so we've had to cancel our production of Rumors as a result, which is a bummer. But our musical from the fall, we just had the Jerry Award nominations this week, and Mamma Mia won Best Musical, so we were really excited.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congrats. That's
And it's a good
awesome.
thing you got your musical in the fall because you got it done. Got to do it.
Exactly. There were like 24 schools, I think they said, that canceled their musical
Ugh,
that were Jerry sort of eligible.
poor kids.
My best friend's kid was in 9 to 5 at West,
Yeah.
and we
saw it.
had tickets. We had tickets, and they canceled it the day before we were supposed to go. So I'm like waiting because they did get it on video.
Oh,
So I'm
good.
looking forward to seeing
Yeah, I
that.
was lucky enough to see it the first weekend when it actually went up. When after
got
we
it.
saw it, somebody told me that one of the orchestra members, kids in the orchestra, tested positive for COVID, and I was
Oh,
like,
no.
"How far was I? How far was I away?"
Oh no.
6
No.
feet, 6 feet, and that was before we knew
God.
about 6 feet.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah, right.
We're trying to do a sort of a Zoom presentation of Rumors to at least give the kids a chance to perform, if you will. So we're trying to work that out in the next couple weeks.
I actually, I have a couple of your students in my studio, and they were really excited about that show. So they were bummed when they couldn't.
Yeah. That is a bummer.
It's,
So obviously you've joined us today because you were two of our incredible actors in
So
the
fun.
25th Putnam
Putnam.
spelling
Putnam County
County Spelling Bee. I just got off the phone with
Spelling
horrible, like, I'm not gonna say the company, but it was a phone call, so I'm still a little frazzled from it.
I feel like it runs. I feel like your anger kind of runs the spectrum.
We're moving on before we get in trouble.
We're
Okay.
not getting sued.
It's not getting sued. Thank you. So anyhow, why don't you start? Lisa, tell me one of your favorite memories from Spelling Bee. What do you recall that just brings a smile to your face?
Patrick is going to have to help me with this one. We had one of the guest spellers on who I think was a TV personality.
Bob Lindmeyer, the weather guy.
Oh yeah.
And he kept riffing.
Yeah.
And Patrick was like, "Yeah, you're not as funny as I am, dude."
Not as mean as I am.
But it was so beautiful because their Spelling Bee, and Patrick and I have done Spelling Bee together twice. And what's amazing about it is you get two types of spellers: the ones who are perfect for the cast to play with, and the ones who think they're funnier than the cast. And you have to sort of pull them back in. And Patrick had a great way of both like taking this dude down just a little bit without being mean and without hurting the storytelling. So it was, and of course, having to sit next to this guy for how many shows did we do? And I kept like peeing myself, trying to stay in the moment. It was like, no, I'm just going to let him do this. And eventually we'll say lines from the show again. It'll be fun.
We did have some good guest art spellers from that show.
Mhm.
That was a lot of fun. So,
And really-
what about you, Patrick? What are your you have a
Do
good?
you have a favorite
memory?
guest? A favorite guest speller?
I think we had Maestro John
Dean. Yeah.
Speller, and I had prepared for him, and I think that people who knew him, and he's a very intimidating presence. The fact that I sort of
Ribbed him.
apart, that a lot of people really enjoyed that, and so I gave him words like sack butt,
I would say the sack butt you used. Yes, that was a good one.
tromboner.
Didn't I say the wrong name of the orchestra or something?
Oh gosh.
I think I
You call it the
introduced
chamber
it wrong.
orchestra or something.
Something like that.
Oh.
And afterwards, Andy was like,
But I'll repay the compliment to Lisa. So there's a scene where she's playing Olive's mother singing this unbelievably gorgeous song, and I have to freeze. And I would say it was never a problem being like getting out of the moment, because listening to Lisa sing was always a joy every time.
Aw.
"Hmm."
We love you, Lisa. Get it?
Now
We love you.
I feel bad for ribbing Patrick so much.
I took that as a compliment. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you both were hysterically funny and so smart on your feet. That show requires you to really kind of roll with the punches a little bit and see what's going to land that day with the audience. And you both are really gifted at making that happen and be funny at the same time, which is, we were so pleased that, that you were in the show. It was so good.
It's
That's
one of those.
that's one of my favorite parts about it. When you
for
get
sure.
to the spellers, and every night it's different, and every night you're on your toes. Like, that's
Yeah.
not a show you can get bored in, or you will end up on a pike by the end of the night.
Yeah, it's one of those shows where the book and the humor is actually more important than the songs. Like, the songs are fine and they accomplish things, but what you're there for. And I remember when I saw it on Broadway too, I was just literally laughing the whole time at the whole pants and the people spelling and everything. And like, I didn't really remember the songs. Like, they were fine and they served the show, but I was just busy laughing at the material and the improv.
Oh yeah, and it's a show you can see more than once
Yeah.
because who knows what you're going to get each night.
Yeah, it's different every time. It's great.
Exactly.
What are some of the really fun things that you get to look forward to doing in Madison once we all sort of get together again? What do you got? Is it a restaurant? Is it an outdoor gathering space? Is it just visiting with friends? Is it a Friday night fish fry? What's on your plate?
Gail Becker. I have been slowly gathering songs to do in a cabaret.
Oh,
I'm fighting words.
And we may need to discuss this further.
nice.
But Susan Werner came out with an album a couple of years ago called, I believe it's 8 Unnecessary Songs.
Mm-hmm.
And for anybody who's done vocal lessons, it looks like the 24 Italian aria cover.
I love it.
But she has a song in it called "What Did You Do to Your Face," which is all about it's all about plastic surgery. And then there's another one from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend where her mother comes to visit, and the song is called "Where's the Bathroom?" So I feel like I have a good head start on a set list, and I'll check in with you, see if you got anything else for that.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. I can't wait to start working on that with you. That'll be fast.
How about you, Patrick?
Well, I am pretty much on the far end of extroversion, so sitting in quarantine is painful for me. And so in the summers, we typically get together every Friday afternoon at 2:00 at a different bar and drink and swap stories, friends, and you guys are invited. I cannot wait to get together with a group of people and sit down and have some drinks and laughs, because I'm going berserk.
Yeah.
As much as I love my kids, I can't wait.
Okay, I have a fun thing for us to do. Patrick has assembled a couple of words for us, and I think he should go to each of us and make us try to spell one of his words.
Oh,
Just for fun.
Perfect.
this would be great.
I think Gail should start.
I'm going to stink at this. Just be ready. I'm
Gail
ready.
starts.
Okay, so remember the rules of spelling bee is you ask for the word, ask for the definition, and then you ask for it to be used in a sentence.
Okay.
So don't.
Word,
F up.
definition, sentence.
I've
Okay,
done this
I won't mess that up.
All right.
Okay.
Your word, Gail, is pronk. Pronk.
Pronk. May I have the definition?
A weak or foolish individual.
Could you use it in a sentence,
I
please?
have a feeling I know where this is going.
I thought of going the way you think, and then I thought, I don't want to offend
Alienate anyone. Yeah.
I'm going to insult a group that everybody hates.
Okay.
While staring at the Vikings' first round draft choice, Aaron Rodgers said, "That pronk is a punk."
I'm filing this away.
We should definitely send this to Charlie Barron's for sure. Pronk. Pronk. Pronk.
That is correct.
Ah!
Very nice.
Would not have gotten that.
Yeah, way to go.
No juice box for you.
Right.
Yes.
Did you see they just announced yesterday they're canceling the National Spelling Bee for this year?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Arrgh.
You got to feel for those kids, you know? They study all year.
Right.
Back to
All right.
prediction.
Give me one,
Next.
Patrick.
Okay.
I want to try my hand.
Andy, I should have come up with descriptions of all three of you to insult you, but
No, that was my
I
job.
love that he remembered that when he looked
that's
at me.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lisa, you jump in and insult Andy and Gail.
Oh, I did, but that was before we started recording.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to get some
Okay.
B-roll.
All right, Andy, your word is oxter. Oxter.
Definition, please.
It's an archaic term for the armpit.
It's like sack butt.
Please use it in a sentence.
Wisconsin residents couldn't agree on whether Illinois or Michigan were the oxter of the Midwest.
That makes a lot more sense. I have one way that I was planning on spelling it, but I'm gonna go a weird way and do OCHSTER.
What was the other way you might have done?
OXTER. Is it OXTER?
Yes, correct.
I thought it might be German, which I was
Well
like,
done.
oh,
You
First impulse.
You overthunk it.
Yes.
I didn't win.
Okay.
All right,
What
last
was
one,
the-
Lisa.
Lisa, what was the Schwartzy word she got wrong that wasn't it Dutch? It was a really short one.
The one she went out on?
Yeah.
So simple? So simple.
So,
Oh, simple. Yeah. What was that?
Oh.
Oh shoot! Someone's gonna tell us.
It was like
bug.
Vug.
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 Yes.
And she spelled it like the Dutch would, VUGG.
H.
Yeah.
VUG. All right.
Sorry, Dad. I overslunk it.
Lisa.
Lisa, your word is spondylix. Spondylix.
May I have a definition?
Yes, it's an 18th century term for money.
May I hear it in a sentence?
Yes. Ebenezer Scrooge had a sweet tooth, so he blew all his spondylix on Spotted Dick.
Spondylic. I want to write it on my arm now.
Sure.
SPANDLICH.
Not even close.
I didn't think so. Points for consistency.
It's just like it sounds. I'm not even going to tell you. No, it's SPONDULICKS. Spondylix.
Huh. Well,
Right.
that was fun.
Hilarious. Those are good ones.
Good for my self-esteem.
I love it. I love it. So last question for you, Lisa. What's your big, takeaway from being in quarantine, having this time with your family, that sort of thing? What are you going to get back to work and say? That actually was worth it.
Balance in all things. I've been talking to lots of people who feel super stressed out that they're both working and trying to parent, and they're really pushing themselves to do both at their highest ability, and you can't. And there are days when Evie says to me, Mama, I don't understand this. Can you help me with it? And I have to say to her, I'm sorry, I'm helping somebody else at work right now, but in a couple of minutes I can come back and help you. And it makes me feel awful because, you want to be constantly available for your kid, but none of us have that level of bandwidth. So you have to be super gentle with yourself. And that's something I'm hoping that I can take back and share with my coworkers, because everybody's so stressed out right now and we all feel like we're not working up to our best ability. But the world is still turning, even if we're not doing everything at 1,000%.
That's good. I like that. What about you, Patrick? What's your big takeaway?
Well, just before I answer that question, I just wanted to say that doing the show with you all in Capital City, it was my first professional show in a while, and the opportunity to work with that high caliber of talent, director, musical director, Pitt, and then to be in the overture was really an extraordinary experience for me. And
Good. We did not pay him to say that.
No, we did not.
I second that 1,000%.
I wasn't like texting him and saying, Patrick, say that thing.
But it will always be a treasured memory for me, and getting to work with Lisa again was a joy. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
I would sort of dovetail on what Lisa said, that I continually try to work to remind myself to look for the bright spots of this. So getting to have a sort of a more relaxed day, even though I'm crazy busy, it's at home and it's different. And then spending all this time with my kids, it's gone much better than I thought it would, my perspective. So just looking for the silver lining and the glass half full attitude has helped me a bit.
And That's good. Well, we are extremely grateful to both of you for being part of Capital City Theater's first 5 years. I mean, you're part of that sort of inaugural family a little bit, and we're thrilled, and we wouldn't have it any other way. And we're so glad we were able to check in with you today. And you're both looking fine and healthy, and I hope all your family and friends are as well. And
Same to you guys.
I have
Yeah,
to
you
add,
too.
you know, I just realized something as we were sitting here, and I have to add this really quickly before we go. Patrick actually was in the first show that I ever musical directed in my life. I was 19, and
And look at you now.
23 and just
I was gonna
glowing.
say, no,
Doesn't look a day over 16.
yeah, in the shade, in a lot of shade. But I was gonna say, you know, it's very possible that without that show, which is 42nd Street, which by the way, my mother was also a lead in.
Yes.
Madison is a special
That I don't know if I don't know if I'd be here today. So I always relate Patrick to the beginning of my life, my career. So
So fun.
and
No
here we
pressure,
are,
man.
Still children.
He was the beginning of my career in Madison too. So Patrick, you have a pretty, you know, you're
I
a
thought I was the beginning of your career in Madison, woman.
yeah, you too.
I got you in a hoop skirt, lady.
We'll edit that out.
Children, look, I am done separating grade schoolers. So if you two can't work it out, I'm leaving.
We're throwing you out anyhow. Thank you, you two. This was a blast. Thanks so much. Take care.
Guys,
We love you both. Thank you so
We
much.
love you too.
stay
Yay,
well.
next 5 years.
Till the next one.
Yay. All right. Bye. See you later. Well, thank you again to two of our favorite people in the world.
Yeah.
And Lisa and Patrick. And we hope that you all enjoyed this. And there are more to come from other shows that we've
Yeah.
been including Lady Day and Violet and some others coming up.
So the first 5 years, of course, we're so grateful to all of you who have been supporters for Capital City Theater. We can't do it without you, and we're really looking forward to our new classes for the conservatory and our new season. So keep your eye out for information about that. And thank you, thank you.
And if
thank
you
you.
and if you know, we know that everybody's struggling right now, and as are all the arts organizations. If you would like to give us, you know, something, anything, you're welcome to go to our website and click on the donate button, and you know, or not. Either way, totally fine.
We're okay.
No
We're gonna
worries.
make it.
And we'll be announcing. Oh, and I'd also like to thank special shout out to Evan Lange, who created our
Yes.
theme song for us. Basically put it together, wrote it, put a little arrangement together, and
So clever.
Beth Veltman, our marketing director, also is putting this whole thing together. So special shout outs to all those people.
Yeah, all of our team and our staff. We're
Our
really
team and our
really
staff. So
lucky.
stay safe. Stay safe.
Stay
Stay safe.
I say safe.
Safe. And we'll see y'all soon.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.